Welcome to Total Fitheads.
Serious fitness for not so serious people.
Are you a brunette?
I guess so.
Wow.
Did you
How do you
think I
feel?
wasn't?
Dumber? Smarter? Wait a minute.
You're seeming very brunette right now.
More judgy? Less judgy. What is the brunette? Is there a brunette stereotype? Not really, right?
They
They're
blend
not
into the
blonde.
background. They're nothing. Right. You can't even think of like what's the stereotype? How do we caricature brunette people? Oh, we can't because we're not even paying attention to them.
Right. Not blonde, not redhead, not white hair. Although
Yeah.
is brunette is brown or is black in there? Is black hair also brunette, or is that just am I being the stupidest person on the face of the earth?
I was under the impression there's no such thing as black hair, but man, that feels wrong. They're definitely black haired people.
I
Yeah.
think a lot of Asians would disagree with you.
Is black just really dark brown? It's really dark, all colors together.
Right. And is white just all of them? Wait a minute. We're melding like hair. Oh, wait a minute. I accidentally zoomed in on my bicep. I didn't mean to do that.
Oops. When you go to the
What I
color
meant
picker,
to do was the shoulder.
oh, this is adult day. Biceps are so easy. If you get someone impressed with your delts, I think I've said that before. That's when I know I'll made it, when people comment on my shoulders, not my freaking abs all the time.
I saw, oh my God. I was watching this show called Vikings. You ever seen that show?
Mm-mm.
It's about Vikings, spoilers.
Oh,
And they are jacked. Like it's a fictional retelling of a factual series of events. You know what I mean? It's a dramatization.
yeah.
So there are real characters, and the main guy, Ragnar Lothbrok, he was a real guy, but debatable whether he was as charismatic and sexy. You know what I mean? Like obviously they jazzed it up, even though it is the Discovery Channel.
You're watching the Discovery
Channel. But it's Discovery Channel, which also hosts Ancient Aliens. Like 3-4 seasons of Ancient Aliens on the Discovery Channels. So I'm like, all right, whatever, dude, whatever.
Truth.
Anyway, they're all jacked. There's awesome fight scenes, like sword in the mud, axe versus axe, like gigantic beards, gigantic ponytails. It is a sweet show. Anyway, so I'm watching the show and I'm like, well, okay, everybody's jacked and I'm with it. And then at one point, one of the guys gets into like a hot tub and he sits into the water. So he's not wearing a shirt, but they're rarely wearing shirts anyway. So this shouldn't have staggered me, but he puts his arms up out to the sides and puts them on like the ledge behind him as he's sitting. And his shoulders look like basketballs, like the curvature from his neck down and then back up again around his shoulders was like, I had to pause it. I was like, what is the what? Like I couldn't, it stopped, I had to pause the show. They were that distracting. It was insane. And this is a show full of like monster jacked dudes and jacked women. There's a lot of like female warrior Viking characters on the show too. But this dude's shoulders, when he put his arms up on the ledge and sat in the tub, I was just like, I'm sorry, we need to pause. What is this show? It's insane. And ever since then, I've thought about it almost every day.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't send me a screenshot. I've definitely filmed my TV and texted it to you for stuff, which feels wrong.
Well, it feels low quality, but that's fine.
Well, because there's a digital file somewhere of the actual quality, and I'm now making a copy of it via filming a screen. It's freaking nonsense. I guess that's
I'll
what
see if I
bootleg
can
movies
find.
for.
It's a tough.
Yeah,
I'll
how
see
do you
if I
search
can
for
find
that?
the photo.
There's just a forum of guys
Viking
like you.
hot tub.
Oh dear.
As if my state monitored Google account needed anymore. Oh, I think I found it. Here, let me see if I can send it to you. Obviously, the photo's not doesn't do the video justice, but the video was insane. It's in
Wow.
season 1, so check it out. It's a great
Yeah,
show.
that is. Maybe they did it in post.
But the
Seems
shoulder, I
very
like look at it.
unnatural.
It's insane. Like
Yeah.
is that rear delt or is that side delt
Is his
or is that
butt
all
at
of
this
them?
point? I don't know.
I mean, it's got to
Wow.
be rear, right? Because that's the one that nobody does, and that's the one that makes your
Yeah.
shoulder look bulbous, I guess, right?
Yeah, from that pose. Well, they should add the hot tub pose to bodybuilding competitions.
Everybody in the tub. Whoa, 3 at a time, fellas.
We know for sure the Vikings didn't look like that. They were eating not healthy foods and
Malnourished.
maybe a lot of it, so they were big or malnourished, and they were not sleeping well. There's no way that they were lean and jacked. They were,
And they
man,
didn't have
you
cool
look
haircuts because they didn't have trimmers, buzzers,
stylists.
clippers,
Yeah.
stylists. Well, they may have
But a
had
lot of
stylists.
braids, I bet.
A lot of braids. Yeah, you look back on these guys and you're like, wow, dude's huge, jacked. And then you're like, yeah, but has he ever eaten a vegetable?
Mm-hmm.
Did he know what he was doing? Or was he eating a lot of like mead, drinking a lot of mead?
Drinking mead. Yeah, they're all drunk nonstop and zero fiber. There's no way these
Oh
guys were
no.
that huge.
I
And
know.
also they were 18 because they died at 19.
Of old age.
And when you look back on the start of the bodybuilders or the strongmen, they're the bodies that people looked up to as wow,
Yeah.
jacked and lean back in the day are like wouldn't get a role in Hollywood this year.
Yeah. Even like early Schwarzenegger. Yeah, well, like the guys that Schwarzenegger was looking up to, I guess. So that's not even that long ago. He's still alive, so it's not like we're
Yeah.
not going too far back.
I mean, I'm thinking about circus strongmen that are like
Hup, hup, hup,
smaller than
hup,
you.
hup,
Yeah.
hup. Big old mustache and like a singlet with one shoulder strap.
And
Those
they're
dumbbells that are just like two
dumbbells that are
gigantic
circles.
globes.
Uh, I want to make a gym that's like that, an old timey gym. And then like some of the weights are just those trapezoids with a circle on the top. You know what I'm
And
talking
they say
about?
like 1,000 grams or
You
100,000 grams
have to wear a singlet to get in.
or like a fur pelt. You have to grow a mustache and no other hair on your face on your head.
I say, Barnabas,
A gigantic, like
did you eat your steak and eggs before the lift?
like
The hoist?
what was his name in Sonic the Hedgehog? Dr. Robotnik. Do you remember him?
Maybe he was all mustache, little
He
beady
had
eyes.
only mustache, and his mustache was longer than your hair. Horizontal.
Pretty solid.
You okay, buddy? Okay. Hup, hup,
Yeah.
hup,
Okay.
hup.
So we're adding hot tub posing to bodybuilding. Also, nude
Nude.
bodybuilding. You sent me a bodybuilder that was posing nude tastefully. It wouldn't get blocked on Instagram, so you couldn't see
Oh,
any
right.
business really. Should we just call it
Yeah.
out? It was Stanimal. Obviously,
Oh,
we're both
that's right.
looking
I
at
forgot.
Stanimal.
Yeah, he was doing a side ham, and
Ham, couple of hams in that one.
but it is funny, I was thinking like, wow, that's so suggestive. And then I look at him when he's in the show and he's like in tiny underwear anyway. And I'm
It's like
like,
a little banana hammock anyway. Yeah.
where's the difference? And from the like his thigh is blocking his junk, and his butt is blocking his butt crack kind of, or is the
Yeah. All the parts that you would blur are covered by more muscle.
but his
So
muscles.
so
He's
why is
blurred
there
himself.
I haven't Googled it, but I feel like I'm probably wrong and there are naked bodybuilding posing competitions.
Oh, I'm
Maybe
sure
people
there
have done it.
are. Don't you
Or
think?
not, because it's not like we're missing anything. Like, I don't know what hit the above the upper crack muscle. I can't see it in his thong.
naked bodybuilding on Google gets a lot of porn response or returns.
What?
Naked bodybuilding
You're kidding.
safe for work. Is that the search? Nope, still Pornhub.
Yes. Because they're naked with a tie.
They're naked with
Guys,
a
I'll get those
clipboard.
TPS reports right away, Mr. Schwartz.
It's just a cup of coffee. They're flexing the coffee, shattering the mug. Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, they definitely weren't sleeping well. I wasn't sleeping well. I told you, I just got my new mattress, my new 8 sleep.
Yeah, we don't say mattress anymore. We 8 sleep has completely replaced the term mattress, but
Right.
yeah, you got a new one. Tell me about that.
So it broke. It just started leaking, and it was leaking pretty bad. And it was like I got the notification that said your tank is low, water tank is low, reservoir. So you got to fill it again. You got to prime it again. So I filled it again, and then I got another one. So you got to prime it again. And I'm like, man, 2 tanks of water is a lot for, like the first time you set it up, it takes like 2 or 3 full tanks of water. But
okay.
when they're priming it, which is to get rid of all the air bubbles, you have to do that every once in a while. It's never two things. So then I took the sheets up, and then it was just where the tubes connected to the mattress. There was just massive spill. It was awful.
Ugh.
And so I put some. It sucked because obviously I noticed right when I was going to bed. So I took the stuff off. I dried it as much as I could. Threw some towels down. And then they just sent
devastating. You're trying to go to sleep and that happens.
Really annoying. Yeah. Well, it was funny. I guess this might be kind of gross, but when the mattress was wet, I dried it off, but it was still sort of, I'm like, I can dab it with a towel, but I can't suction. I vacuumed as much as I could, but there's still water. And so the next day I put a bunch of dry kitty litter on top of it because that's what they suggest. And if it didn't suck up like every drop of water in that whole thing, I couldn't believe it. Kitty litter, and it just looks like gravel. It's weird to put gravel dirt on your mattress, but did that.
So we should be putting our effed up phones in kitty litter.
Oh,
not
big
in
time.
rice.
100%. It is way more effective, except it's kind of dusty. So it's possible that dust could get in the phone. But in terms of sucking up moisture, I mean, it was insane. It really, really was crazy. It was just weird. If you don't have a cat, I guess you wouldn't think of it. Luckily, I had just refilled our jugs of kitty litter or whatever. But
because you looked this up or you came up with it yourself?
8sleep tells you to on their website and also on.
They're like, hey, if our product explodes, use kitty litter.
Well, they're like a lot of people like using kitty litter to suck up the water. It's a good.
What water? It's supposed to be inside your veins, the veins you invented.
Right. If and when this thing malfunctions, it's tricky, because we love the mattress, obviously, but it's a waterbed, so it does come with a little bit of a risk. We're sleeping dangerously.
You might drown. Have you ever been on a real waterbed?
I don't think so. Have you?
My parents had one.
Oh,
when I was really young.
I bet.
It was a blast. You can make waves in it. It's stupidly impractical. It is as 70s as you can imagine. This brown bladder.
Yeah, just a bladder.
Yeah,
like those red water bladder, heating water jug bladder things. You know what I'm talking about?
Like your 1920s hangover cure. Exactly that, but huge. Yeah, it was super weird and fun as a kid. And I still look back at that and I'm like, who invented this and why? You couldn't lift a finger without completely just oceaning over to whoever's next to you.
I know. Rocketing out, yeah. When I was camping with Brittany, we had this bed. It was a crappy bed, very, very springy. And I think one big thing. And also we were so used to, our mattress now is very, very firm. So if I get out of bed, Brittany doesn't move, because the firm of it. But when I would roll over in this bed, it was like we were on a trampoline, or like one of those, like, you know, those balloons in the lake where one guy sits on one thing and the other guy jumps off and just rockets the other guy out. It was just like that. Only it was me turning over in my sleep. Like I'd literally roll over and
Boom,
she'd
she's off the bed.
lift off the bed. I'd be like, "What the what?" You know, it was awful. I had to like sleep. I had to like really try to sleep like a dead guy versus, you know, a human being.
Ugh.
But yeah,
I would just cut the mattress in half at that point.
yeah,
Forget the
just
Airbnb fee.
sleep outside. Screw it.
I can't. And laying on a water mattress, an
Ugh,
actual water bed, it's like there's zero support. It's just I don't understand how that was
I don't
thought to be
either.
useful.
I
Or
guess,
maybe it is.
but if you're like, because you do those sensory deprivation tanks, right? You're in water in those, aren't you? Are you floating, or are you in like a on a bed?
Yeah, you're floating just in water, and it's very salinated, so supposedly you float higher or better.
Yeah, sure. Is your
I
head
don't know.
supported?
I mean, geez, now I gotta ask my mom reference, what it was like and why that they thought it was a good idea. Maybe it was like, the Tempur-Pedic commercials where they show like if your butt has more weight, it like supports in all the right ways.
Yeah,
That doesn't feel like that's the case. It's not like it's gonna fill in your back to support it there more. It's just gonna be this hole that you sleep in that moves.
yeah. I can't imagine. My bed at home growing up was I had a futon, and I loved that. You know, futon mattress. I mean, it was never like I never had it as a couch. I just had it flat the whole time,
Hmm.
and it was just like sleeping on a rock.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And people would come over, you know, after I moved out. Cousins would come to visit, or, you know, aunts and uncles or whomever out of towners would come, and they'd try to sleep on my
Rock.
in my room, and they'd be
You're
like, "Oh
Patrick.
my god, I slept terrible. How does anyone? That's the worst bed I've ever slept on. Like I feel like I didn't sleep at all. Like this is awful." And my mom would be like, "That's weird. Max slept on that bed and loved it for 11 years. You know, it's so weird."
That's why you're so maladjusted. Maybe it's just what you're used to. I don't know.
I think you
I
get used
know,
to, yeah,
yeah, whatever you
whatever you have to.
grew up with. Yeah, so like the music you hear as a kid is now the stuff that you love, so I'm stuck with Britney Spears being the thing that moves me.
It's great. Can't beat it.
Um, when my eight sleep like went offline, like, disconnected from our network for one night, it was devastating. Like waking up sweating and infuriated, and then the next day sucked. Like I am so
Addicted.
reliant on this
Yeah,
product now.
I know.
And I hate traveling. I hate going anywhere because I'm sleeping on anything but my eight sleep mattress. It
So,
actually doesn't even have to be mine. If there was one where I was going, I'd be like, this is great.
so yeah, it's weird to be that reliant on it. When I didn't have the mattress for that, like I didn't have the eight sleep for about a
Yeah.
week, 10 days maybe. I would wake up in the middle of the night, be super hot on my side, roll over, not like I'd roll over and I'd move laterally
Yeah. And to
to a
feel the
space where that
cool.
was cool, and then I'd lie there on my other side, and then I'd reach and I'd feel, oh wow, that is really hot where I was just lying. You know, so A, it would wake me up, B, I would have to roll over, and C, I would have to move laterally on the bed to get a new cool spot. Yeah, it was awful.
That cool spot the entire night. It makes such a huge difference.
It's
It's
incredible.
crazy how bad I didn't know I slept.
And the alarm too, like the
Oh yeah, the
using an
wake up.
audio alarm versus a
Yeah.
wrist alarm. It makes
I
a huge difference
know.
too.
Now even
Or
throughout the day, if I
sensory.
have like an alarm to tell me to post to Instagram or whatever, I'm like, don't, can't you just vibrate me? That's
I know, it's so bad. It's such a terrible sound, and I think it's one of those things where people like don't know how bad it is. And I'm sure looking back on it in like 20 years, we'll all realize, oh, maybe I shouldn't have held a cell phone right next to my brain or
I mean, who knows?
genitals for 15
My
straight years or whatever.
laptop sits on my uterus.
Right? Exactly. My fiery laptop right on my nuts. Yeah, exactly. But the audio alarms, I wonder if that will figure out that was not so great all the time, every
Yeah, like
day.
future endocrinologists are like, oh man, we were not doing great. Who knew? Like back when
Who
everyone's
knew?
putting MSG on everything. Well, it
Yeah.
tastes so good.
You sleeping on water beds.
It's uh have an 11%
But
body fat as a bodybuilder.
you did for a long time sleep in a bunk bed, didn't you?
Yeah,
Don't you still have that bunk bed?
I do still have the bunk bed, but guess what's underneath it?
Emergencies only.
An eight sleep. Yes,
Another
I heard
another
you.
bunk bed.
3 bunks. How
It's a
cool.
triple.
Yeah, I know. And I never cared or thought that I had trouble until
Did you
you
sleep on the
realize that
top
you're
bunk or the
having
bottom
trouble.
bunk?
Top. Because underneath, I got it initially because I had no room for my piano. That's how small the
Ah,
room I was living in Pittsburgh. So the piano was under and I slept on top. Yeah, I'm all grown up now with my smart mattress.
right. My single level bed.
The single level bed. Ugh. It's like I'm sleeping and I'm not even utilizing any of the vertical space. I'm gonna start sleeping standing up, keep my feet nice and cold on my 8 sleep mattress.
What is that like a single level house called? Like a ranch? I have a ranch style bed. Oh, do you have a
Yeah.
townhouse style bed? That's a
A carriage home would be just the top part.
yeah. Yeah, we got the one that not the one that zips into the mattress. Do you have the one that zips into the mattress?
So just the cover?
Yeah,
I have the whole mattress and cover shebang.
but it zips in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know. I'd have
don't
to watch back my video of me setting it up, but yes.
well, because they sent me a new one and I
Yeah.
don't think they realized I have the mattress that zips in. And so now I don't know if I want to be a jerk and be like, thanks for the cover. Can I have the other cover, please?
We just spent the last 30 minutes talking about a product like it's changed our life, unapologetically saying that like we cannot travel or sleep a night without it. I think it's okay that you would ask for the correct version of it.
Yeah. It is the correct version, right? Yeah, it is. It makes it does
Hmm.
it make a difference? I don't know. I can't tell. Well, I guess I'll let you know in a month
Yeah, right.
or a week or whenever they get back to me.
Also, Fitheads, if it wasn't clear, we're obsessed with this product because of what it does for us, not because we're selling it. I'm trying to
Right.
make your life better. Every time I tell someone about an 8 sleep mattress, which is embarrassingly
I
often,
know. It's so often.
it's because I want their life to be better and not because I'm trying to push some product. It seriously is the number one thing that I reviewed on my fitness channel that I
It's the number one thing. I
believe
think I was
in.
telling somebody once. It's the best. I didn't buy it, but if I had bought it, it's the best thing I've ever bought.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
maybe my dog. Technically, I bought my
Yeah.
dog, but I don't like think about it that way.
Yeah,
But
there's that thing. I think it's Tim Ferriss that asks people on his podcast, what's the best thing you got for under $100? And I would say 8 sleep mattress, even though it costs more than that, because I'm gonna break the rules and again talk about my 8 sleep mattress.
no. Well, they say that like you invest in things you put between you and the earth. Have you ever heard that? Your bed, your
Shoes? I don't
shoes.
even wear shoes.
I know. You gotta start investing.
Or I, I don't even wear socks without holes. Huh, interesting. So this couch that I'm sitting on should cost more? Is that what you're saying? Oh,
Uh,
like your desk chair, anything that's holding you up from gravity.
right.
That's weird.
Invest in
That
things
feels
that
like,
connect you to the ground, something like that. I'm not sure who said it or how good of advice it was or how, that's the other problem is that like a lot of times like good advice just sounds really good. Like it's not good advice, it just rhymes or it's just
yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah, it has a
it's just
parallel like yeah,
yeah, it's a parallel sentence or
structure.
something or whatever.
Yeah, funny. Okay, so it's tough to be like Great stocking stuffer is the 8 Sleep mattress, but I'm throwing that out there right now.
Yeah.
I have also offered to get one for my mother, and she's like, I don't think that
I'm gonna stick with the waterbed.
yeah.
I was
I don't
getting
need
real
your
warm.
waterbed. I have a waterbed.
Yeah. I'll take my classic waterbed. I bet your kid is gonna try to sell you on like an ice cube, sleeping on a giant block of ice. That's the normal like progression of that, right?
It's an easier stocking stuffer.
Or
You just gotta open it right away.
like a fountain. Do you know? You see what I'm saying? So like jets or like when you're at
Mm.
Six Flags or Vegas and the
Oh, it
fountains
holds
shoot
you
up in the
up?
air and then it holds you up like that and that's how you sleep. That's future.
Yeah.
That's future
So
classy
if you're laying
waterbed.
down, it could work because you need more surface area, which means less pressure. If you sit
Right.
up though, you might fall.
Yes, exactly. Well, yeah. I guess you'd probably be on a series of pool noodles or something. I'm spinning off the deep end here. Have you ever fallen asleep
Uh,
in a pool?
at a pool?
In a pool,
No.
like
Have
on a
you?
float or whatever.
I feel like that's your MO.
Oh, for sure. And it
And you still don't
sucks.
even spill your Bud Light.
Well, if you eventually you get good at it, but if you're not good at sleeping, you roll over or you sink to or your chin sinks or whatever, and then you suddenly start inhaling pool water and you
Drown, wake
think
up.
tough dream, tough wake up. Yeah, tough everything. It's not
It's
great.
no 8 Sleep vibration.
It's no aid sleep, I tell you that much. Um,
Have
what
you
would
tried?
be
See, we should do a review of the cheaper ones that are just covers. The Uller. It's like an 8 Sleep, but it's just the cover.
I thought it was cooler
Uller.
or
O
Uller.
O Oler, I think it is. I don't know, because there are other options. Really, we rant about 8 Sleep, but we're really ranting about sleeping cold.
Right, it's the only
Because
one I've ever
I don't
tried.
really I don't ever look at the tracking, my
No.
sleep score or the
Although I
HRV or
started
anything.
using my Apple Watch to track and try
Do
to
you sleep with your Apple
compare.
Watch?
I do now. I did for like a month to try to compare and
When do you charge
contrast.
it?
Well, I never wear it. I put it on when I go to bed. It goes from about 100% to like 75 when I wake up. Put it
Uh,
back on the charger because I don't wear it. And I don't have any notifications on it. Sometimes I wear it to work out, but I don't really care. The one
yeah.
thing that was crazy was I burned more calories doing like a strength workout, according to this Apple Watch, than Brittany did on like a running or a walking long walk with Jax or.
Yeah. Well, it's also taking into account your body size. She's gonna torch less
Oh, that's
energy because
true.
she's half of you.
Yeah.
But if you did that same walk as her, you'd have a higher number.
I have noticed that if I swing my arm around, the distance moves. So what
You're
does that tell
testing
you?
it like that.
I'll
So
be at
is
like 1.91 miles, I'm home and I'll be like, all right, well, let me just wave at everybody for
you
10
gotta hit
seconds and I'll be
2.
at, yeah, I got to hit that 2 mile even or whatever. Really
So
dumb.
Apple Watch, good gift or no?
I think it's a tremendous gift for somebody that wants it. The people that have Apple Watches, I've never seen anyone like anything more other than us and it 8 Sleep.
Mine's still plugged in charging. I only put it on when I
People who
work
have
out.
them and like them love them, love them. Won't stop
Yeah.
talking about them. Won't stop showing you stuff. Like, check out my ring, or I closed another ring, and I'm like, okay, I farted another fart. I don't know. Are we saying things that don't matter to each other? Like,
Can we make a fart tracker app? Oh my God. I read somewhere that you fart like 17 times a day, and I'm like, that can't be, but I bet if I wrote it down, it's right.
I think the vegans in my life, I would say, are higher than that. The
Oh,
bee,
because
the
yeah, we got all
bean
that fiber.
eaters, the red
Those
meat
Vikings
eaters.
never fart. That's the
Never ever. I think
Okay,
Apple
so
Watch is a
this is
good
why.
gift. I don't think it's. I don't like mine particularly. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Same. I don't wear my Apple Watch to track my workout. I wear it for this. Boop. 1 minute timer on my wrist,
Oh,
and
I
then
like
it
that a lot.
buzzes, and then I go back to my next set. If I don't
Mhm.
have that, I'll just fart around and keep texting you or whatever. But that's absurd. This is a very expensive 1 minute timer strapped to my wrist.
I know. I know. I should get you like a kitchen timer on a roll of duct tape,
Yeah,
you know?
bro. That would work better because then I won't have notifications bothering me during my
Can you
workout.
imagine that thing? And you're like, wait, is
And
the
then
turkey
it
done? Oh
dings.
no, wait, I gotta do squats.
Everyone at High Mat is so mad at me already.
And it makes that like that like
Yeah.
really loud, annoying second sound or whatever.
I mean, whatever. That's the timer equivalent of your buzz to wake up wristwatch
I
thing.
know. I just reviewed a fitness app actually, and they had an in-app rest timer, which was
Nice.
interesting. Uh, it was interesting. It was convenient because it was in the app, so I didn't have to double tap my wrist or whatever. It was interesting because the rest times were slightly different. It was always around a minute, but sometimes it'd be like a minute 10, sometimes it'd be like 50, 55. Very
Is
weird.
this AI?
That's what they say, it's AI. But
It's a random number generator making you pay more money.
yeah, well, I also had to review the app for like a brand deal, and I was like, yeah, it's an AI, helps you set up your AI helps you set up your workouts. And they're like, you can't say that. Don't say that. AI helps you track. And I'm like, helps you track. You don't need AI to help you track. AI, do you know what AI is? I think you're thinking of I think you're thinking of
Think of a spreadsheet.
C for computer or so anyway,
Yeah.
it was kind of funny. But yeah, so the
There's
seconds
got to
were
be
different.
some sort of like regulation that why they can't make health claims like that.
Well, I think
Levels is like that.
really.
Yeah, there's stuff you can't say about anything related to diabetes or helping that kind of prediabetes problem.
Hmm.
And I talk about Z-Biotic all the time and got you drinking that prebiotic that's supposed to get rid of hangovers. They emailed me being like, I think, did I tell you this? They're like, you cannot say that we cure hangovers. You have to take that out of the title. You can just say that you'll have a better morning. So change your title to have a better morning. And I'm like, no one's clicking on that, ma'am.
Have a better
I,
morning.
yeah. You can't make any claims that it will get rid of headaches. You can't make any claims that it will make you feel any symptoms differently. You can just have a better morning. And I'm like,
The only
I'm
way
just
I've
gonna
ever
pretend like this
consistently
didn't
had a
come
better
through.
morning, and frankly, it was pretty gluttonous, is I would come home hammered drunk, and somehow my last two brain cells would, you know,
Make pizza.
they would, it's like what was that Twilight Zone where the guy's like alone in a library? That's what I imagine my last brain cell at the end of the night. And he's got broken glasses.
Yep.
He, I would go to Postmates and I would order Dunkin' Donuts, breakfast sandwiches, and coffees. And then I would schedule the pickup for the next morning, 10, 10:30 or 11 or whatever.
That's genius.
And it was the most happy I've ever been to wake up that hungover and just like drag myself out of bed, get to the door. And some guy's there handing me a bag of, a couple of breakfast sandwiches and some hash browns or whatever. And it's just the biggest coffee I ever seen in my life. And I'm like, oh yeah, this
Oh
is
yeah.
living.
Somebody's looking out for you, and that someone
It's
is
drunk
drunk
me.
you.
Yeah. He's a
A
good
friend
guy,
of mine
Drunk
in
Max.
college.
He's a pretty
What?
good guy.
Yeah, he's looking out for others, really
He's
forward-thinking
decent.
gentleman. One of my sorority sisters would go to McDonald's, and at the time I was in college, there was like a two Big Mac meal deal, and so she'd get
Beautiful.
to have one that night and then snuggle, cuddle, snug with
Oh,
the one until the next morning and wake up to a bag of McDonald's.
That is so brilliant. I
Yep, shout
can't
out Graph.
even.
Genius.
That's the smartest thing I ever heard in my life. Except for it's cold. The
Huh.
reheat microwave. Microwave is not a great reheat for fries. The air fryer is a good fry reheater, but it's wildly inconsistent. It's very, very hot. But that's a great
Inconsistent
move.
temperature
I love
throughout,
that.
or it just gets too hot?
It burns them and they like over toasts
Mm.
them basically.
Hmm. Now I want to send you McDonald's gift card for that's a great gift, I feel like.
Don't send me a McDonald's gift card. Just Postmates me McDonald's.
Oh, just have it show up whenever we hang out. I
Ding
just make
dong.
sure that it shows up to your house the next day. That's a good
I
stocking
almost did
stuffer.
that. Yeah. My friend did that to me once, and I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. It was it was it was a group of it was me and my buddy, and our other friend was out at the bar. Me and my friend were just sitting at the apartment, just throwing beers back and eating pizza, not in any way ready to go out. And our friend was like, "Hey, we're all at the bar. Like, are you guys coming?" And we're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll be there. We're on the way. We're just gonna, we're on the way. We're coming. We're definitely coming." We were 0% coming. We were never gonna go, you know. Then my friend calls us back and he goes, "So I called you an Uber. He's outside. So go ahead and just go downstairs." And we were like, "Damn it."
Yeah, that's really
All
well done.
right.
I was thinking it was a drizzly order with alcohol, but Uber's way better.
That's a good idea. You got a drizzly Smirnoff Ice somebody.
Oh, that's funny. Just one
That would be insane.
from a six pack.
Can you do a single beer drizzly order? I don't think you can.
So much funnier if you do.
I did do a brand deal, a Saucy brand deal. Saucy is another alcohol delivery company, and they didn't realize it, but they gave me a lot of credits.
Oh, that's dope. Hook me up.
Yeah. And also their whoever's running their marketing is absolutely hilarious. They do it's clearly some what's is it Gen it's Gen X. What's after Gen or Gen Z? What's after Gen Z? Gen whatever. It's a
Gen
young kid
Y?
who's doing it, and the kid is hysterical. The like on a Friday they'll be like, "It's giving TGI time to have a cocktail." That's like the pop up notification on my phone, and I'm like, "Oh, that's good. Yeah, let me just order something." Marketing, it works.
Oh man. Well done. In the beginning of the pandemic, when you weren't allowed to see anyone or like touch anything that anyone else touched, I
Mhm.
was gonna do a video where I would disinfect a Smirnoff Ice and set it on people's doorsteps and ring the doorbell and stand 6 feet away and watch them get iced.
Nice.
I know I didn't end up doing it because everyone was so sensitive. I was worried that there would be a lot of backlash for something. There
Well,
would have been.
people are sensitive about germs, and people are also sensitive about icing. Like I feel like none of my friends would ever actually do it. It's very frustrating. It's such a fun game to play, and but I've
If you
I've
do
definitely
it,
like given the people in there, and I'm like, all right, so I iced you, and they're like, I know, man, you totally got me, good one, and I'm like, yeah, so drink it, take a knee, chug it, do the go, and they're like, no, 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 but good one though, yeah, you totally got
no,
me. And I'm like, I don't think I did get you because if I got you, you would be
it would be.
being got right now. Tough, tough round. Got to figure it out. When's the last time you were iced?
Yeah, probably college, or was it you?
Definitely wasn't me. I haven't iced anybody in 20 years probably.
I've done it to people, but I haven't had it done to me.
I got mini iced the other day. I was out, or not mini ice, but ice equivalent. I was out playing pool, and we were at a pool hall. So they technically they only have beers. Beer and wine is a different than liquor license, like or
Yeah,
alcohol, liquor, whatever. No,
beer
no,
and wine, liquor
no,
separate.
no whiskeys and no cocktails and blah blah blah. It's beer and wine.
Hmm.
But then they also have seltzers, and I was like kind of bummed because I usually just drink a lot of whiskey. But I was like, all right, that's fine, whatever. But what I didn't realize was we were drinking seltzers all night, and then every once in a while, someone would just give me a tiny little fireball, shooter, and I'm like, "Where'd you get this?" And they're like, "They have them at the bar. You can just buy them." And I'm like, "So you
That's fun.
do have liquor, just tiny little bottles?" It made no sense to me, but didn't matter. I just ordered, 30 of them.
It's because the tiny bottles are malt beverages.
Beverage.
Yeah, and they have lower alcohol content than the actual Fireball. I know they're two different things.
Ah, that's right. We talked about that. Is that why you think
Yes.
they're allowed to sell that? Because it's a malt beverage?
That's the difference. And I
That's
know because my dad is
ridiculous.
the beer czar of Beaver County. And he's not, no liquor. He's not allowed. So they are different.
Malt beverage versus liquor. It's not a distilled spirit. So malt is fermented. Ugh, I don't know. Who cares? I'm just drinking. I'm just drinking air.
And the last time I someone, I'm hesitant to bring this up because now I can't do it on you, but I'm really proud of it, so I'm bringing it up. It was a live photo, and the picture you couldn't see the
Oh,
ice. And I was like, "Yeah, but
you've
watch
told
the
me about this
live."
before.
Yeah, okay. And then hold the live down, and then the ice appears.
Brilliant.
Probably my proudest ice.
Absolutely brilliant.
I've seen people put them in birthday cakes. That's funny.
Yeah.
The hiding.
I saw one the other day where somebody just gave birth and they're in the room and they hand the baby to somebody else and they wrap one of the tall ones and they
Oh my
swaddle him,
God.
and then they have like their friend come in, or their brother or whatever, and he's like, "Here he is, buddy. You want to hold him? Here, take him. Support the head, support the head. Okay. Yeah. So okay, so just pull that off. You can see." And he pulls it off and he's like, "What the what?" And it's a giant Smirnoff Ice. So
The
ridiculous.
big one is so rough. That's just mean.
It's gross.
That's funny. Have you heard
You
of
owe me it.
countering?
You owe me it. No, what's countering? Oh yeah, when you have your own ice
If
on
you
you.
have one and show it whenever someone shows you, then they have to drink, the person who iced you has to
I've
do
seen
it.
people carry Uno reverse cards in that same manner. I don't know
Mm.
what that
Hmm.
means though. I just love it.
Just carrying a reverse card is funny in general.
Yeah. Here,
I
take my
used to
card.
carry a get out of jail free card anytime I got pulled over.
Smart. Did it
Yeah.
work?
Never used it.
I mean, you got to test it out.
I
There's your
know.
video. So
Yeah.
you were doing 120 on the highway, and you were shooting your handgun into the air. So, oh no, she's fine,
Yep.
everybody. She's fine. Let her go.
You
She's
got the
fine.
card. Take this one out of circulation.
Hole punch it.
So the kneeling is
Yeah,
especially the funny part. I feel like icing is nothing without the kneel.
the nail.
That adds
It.
so much to it.
I'm surprised other beverage companies didn't try to do something like that. Like the kneeling. Why isn't Captain Morgan jumping all over that? Do a captain, take a
Hmm.
shot. Or I don't know. It's such a fun little cultural thing. Like Smirnoff Ice would be nowhere if not for icing, don't you think?
No, that's it. Not true. It's also somewhere because underage drinking.
Oh, that's not what we drank. I drank a lot of Parrot Bay rum. Uh,
Huh.
I just did any beer I could get my hands on. I really was partial to Miller High Lifes in a bottle, glass bottle.
The champagne of beers.
The champagne of
So this
beers.
past tense, you don't do that anymore? Or this was just a
No, not much of a beer guy anymore.
huh.
Um,
Oh, I did try getting stouting going. This was early
Stout.
Instagram. Whenever you would just take pictures of your day and put it on Instagram. That's
Oh,
what
remember
Instagram was.
photos
Remember
on
that?
Instagram? Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah, so I tried to get stouting happening specifically with women because bros, ice bros, and hose stout hose.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what I was going for.
Nothing like, when I think of hose, I think of short and stout.
Short and stout. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like pantyhose? What do you? But it never
Like
took off.
this
Didn't get the trend going, but I feel like we could. Stouting. To chug a stout is so much harder than a Smirnoff Ice for sure.
oh, it's the worst. Um,
Unpleasant.
you owe me a fireball shot. Isn't that our standing bet every time the Patriots and Steelers play each other?
You, uh, this is very much news to me in this moment.
Oh,
You
really?
said that I owed you Fireball yesterday when the Steelers lost.
I thought
When
that
the
was our
Steelers
standing
did not
bet.
win.
Have
No,
the
that's got to be
Steelers
somebody
ever
else.
won?
Shut up.
Yeah, sorry. I have other friends. No offense.
I'm slightly very offended,
One thing I
but
do like,
also honored that you would mix me up with them.
I do like making fun of Pittsburgh and saying, "Yeah, you guys just talking about rivers or whatever." I feel like everybody from Pittsburgh, it's an excellent insult because they have, and I can tell because they have that little twitch of like, "Ugh, what did you just say? That's really insulting. We have so much more than those stupid. We barely talk about those rivers,
But also, they're great.
but
They
also
are.
they're great."
The confluence is just. Ugh.
So that's how I don't I think I'm pretty sure I made it up. I stumbled across that like
Our collective
it's sort of
button.
like an involuntary dry heave almost, or a collective dry heave. Yeah, when I say that to Pittsburgh people.
Even Fred Rogers would punch you in the face.
Probably break his hand. Yeah. Anyway, so well, that's our standing bet from now on. Is
Got it.
loser does a, and it's up to the drinker whether it's Fireball, bourbon, or malt beverage Fireball.
Yeah, right. Wait, are you saying I have to do the Fireball? I thought I was supposed to buy you a Fireball.
You have to
Who's
do
winning
one.
here?
You have to
So
you have to do drink one yourself. However,
that's a
odds are if
punishment?
we're in the same room, I'll be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do one too.
Yeah, I'll do it. Sure, whatever.
You know what? Put it on my tab.
It'll be two of them. It's the malt one because it's half the alcohol.
Can you taste the difference? Have you taste tested that? I feel like that's on your
No, I
list.
haven't. That's probably a Lauren Powell thing.
Yeah. Although I think she's tight with the brand, right? She wouldn't want to badmouth it either one of them.
Yes, of course, she'll speak highly of both. I love being not tight with the brand so I can badmouth them.
Yeah. Give my real unbiased, unfiltered, unfired review.
Unfired opinion. All right, now I'm thinking I need to get Z-Biotic for everyone in my family.
That's a great gift.
I know.
That's a good
I'm mad I
Christmas
didn't think
gift.
about it till now.
Zebiotic is the
Flying there.
anti is the have a good morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The have a better morning,
Sure, pal.
the probiotic to not fix your hangovers, but if you're thinking about having a hangover, maybe you take Z-Biotic.
It might make your morning slightly happier. That's a terrible slogan. I can't believe they're going with that.
Yeah. Um, it's because of the science claims, I'm sure.
Hmm.
Now I want an app that how does it sense that you drank and then already put in the Domino's order or whatever?
What you
was
need,
it?
here's what you
Dunkin'
need.
Donuts.
The app is an iPhone shortcut. You with me?
Yeah.
So you pre-program everything in, and then when you're like falling asleep in bed, hammered drunk, your last little sliver of strength
This Hey Siri.
and cognizant.
I'm drunk.
Because there was do you remember those Pizza Hut sneakers?
No, what?
Pizza Hut had these sneakers where it was like the pumps. Remember the pump that you'd pump air by pushing there's a basketball on the tongue or whatever. And so you push the button. Anyway, Pizza Hut had these pie tops instead of high tops. They had pie top sneakers, and you'd push a button and it would order you a pizza. And everyone's like, "What? How did you do that?" And in reality, it Bluetooths to your phone, which has the Pizza Hut app, which then has your account and your credit card
Sure.
information. And so it's essentially just a shortcut. And you're just pushing a button on your sneakers instead of a phone. But
Yeah.
it was an awesome marketing thing for sure.
Pretty great.
Pretty spectacular.
There's so much potential there.
I know.
Hangover cure. I told you about my uh waterproof your phone app, which is now irrelevant because phones are waterproof.
Are they?
I think so. They just don't say. And then again, like they can't make these
Right.
claims, but they
Water
definitely are.
resistant, not
Yeah.
waterproof.
Yeah, but it was just an app where you wanted to waterproof your phone, you download the app and it would become waterproof. But really what it did was triangulate your location and then have a TaskRabbit bring you a plastic Ziploc bag.
Fun.
Fun. Huh. All
How's your
right.
key fobs going?
Oh yeah. I wanted to tell you about that. Good. It's great.
All right.
Did you
Good
want
episode.
one? I want to tell you about that. I there was something I was like, oh, I was gonna mention something and I forgot. And now that's what it was, but I don't know why I wanted to bring it up. It was in the context of something like Drizzly. Oh, that's it. It was in the context of Drizzly. So I don't know if you saw the video, the full video about it, but I mentioned in it that if anybody that has a key fob, which is why you can't have one, shows me their key fob in person, I have to buy them a drink.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right.
So
Well, I
now,
guess I can't have one. That's fine with me.
well, Christine's like stealing them from my pile of merch to like use them on me at bars. And I'm like, no,
Does
it's
she
not for you.
is she excluded? Certain restrictions apply, right?
I mean, restrictions should apply, especially people that are abusing it. But the 300 people that did join the O Club, I do not think will abuse it. And I will happily buy them drinks if they're ever at VidCon or wherever the heck. When we have our Total Fitheads
Games.
games, I will just be paying for an open bar,
Right. So you're paying, you're not
obviously.
drinking.
Oh,
You
obviously
buy
I'll drink,
them a
but
drink.
it's the fireball
Right.
situation. I owe you a drink. Well, guess I'm having one too.
Oops. I guess now I owe you. Wait a minute. Who owes? Whatever. Let's just. Where's my Domino's button?
But I also said on my fitness channel that they could trade in their drink for a push-up contest. So don't
Oh,
be surprised if we are out in public and suddenly I'm fighting someone face down in the dirt.
so you're just making merch around like you and I our lifestyle of
Yeah.
whatever, like whatever we used to do at bars. You're like, all right, I'll make that into a
Or when we
purchasable
complain about
object.
trackers making us feel shitty, I'll just make merch around that.
That's funny. I like it.
Yeah, thanks.
Can't
So
wait.
yeah, no key
Well,
fob for
I
you. You
I
can't
will
be in the O
be.
Club.
I promise I will not. Or I don't. I guess I don't need a key fob. But what if someone? Ooh, what if someone sends me a key fob
Oh
on
no.
the black market?
I said I'm sending two as well. Everybody gets two so they could give one to a friend. No one pick Max as their friend.
The secondary. I have enough friends. I'm fine. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'll make one for you that says M Club, and then you have to buy me a drink if I show you.
Love it. And then
So
don't
we'll
give it
just
to
be
me.
even. So yeah, this is better than 8 Sleep Mattress. We're putting this at number one, best stocking stuffer.
Mm-hmm.
O Club key fob.
O Club key fob's pretty good.
I think, yeah. What else is, I mean, it's tough because all this health and fitness stuff is pricey.
I
What's
know
like
it's
a
bad.
cheap thing that you could get health and fitness that will make a difference? Oh,
Oh,
I know.
the I don't know if we ever got them on their show, but they had those little hydrating capsules. Um,
Hmm?
I forget what they're called. One of those little hydration fizzy things. I love them. It's
What?
it's like a
There's
emergency
salt?
or a
Oh, okay.
but it's a capsule. And it comes
Hmm.
in like it looks like a
I don't think I've ever tried it.
You know the candy nerds. You know how it came in like a tube, and you'd pop the tube. The tube looks like that. You know, if I can blank it on the brand, but if you know it,
I gotta try it. Is this a hangover cure that I haven't tried yet?
Well, it's not, but it is absolutely.
It's a better morning, as long as you also have Dunkin' Donuts.
Noon, NUUN makes one, and Sis makes one, and Gatorade Zero makes one. I just like the tablet form because I like the effervescent thing. It's an electrolyte tablet, you know.
Got it. So it's like Gatorade, but
there's one that comes with
champagne.
There's one that comes with caffeine.
Ooh. Yeah.
Game changer. Absolute game changer. That's in my travel bag. You know what I mean?
You're that's just chewing on it on an
That's when I'm on the road and I'm like, all right, I need some performance enhancers. It's a road game.
Love it. All right. Well, happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Fitheads.
Go rate and review if you can on Apple Podcasts. That helps us out a whole lot. And we'll see you next year. Because if you haven't noticed, which you definitely have because you're a diehard Fithead, we are now posting every other week. And so this will be our last episode for 2023. Less episodes, but higher quality now. We're only doing the bestest of guestists and not people that maybe frustrate us and we have to talk about later.
Right. And not mention their name, but definitely know exactly who we're talking about. Yeah. So frustrating.
What? No, that was definitely mentioning a name.
Rubber bands.
Don't work out any less. You just listen to the episode twice while you're working out, listening to Fitheads. But we will be every other week moving forward. Let us know in the comments your thoughts.